the skateboard, and I'm just scrolling through this list. The kind of the patents pending on the skateboard and the platform and how that differs from the VW platform. Uli, maybe you can kind of give a little color around that question.
Yeah, first of all, the skateboard design is different from everything that is out there today, because every component is fully integrated into that low profile skateboard. The skateboard does not need a cabin to be attached to it to make it functional. So one can imagine one can put a chair on the skateboard, and having a game controller in your hand, you can drive away with it, because everything is integrated into that flat architecture. And the whole architecture, how we arrange the components in the skateboard, is also patented. So this is our IP. And this includes the motor, the powertrain, the battery. Our battery modules are directly attached to the skateboard. So the skateboard also acts as a battery enclosure. Our leaf spring arrangement, so we have composite leaf springs in the front and in the rear that eliminates all the parts that usually stick out, and steer by wire. No mechanical connection between the steering wheel and the wheels on the road. So this is a big differentiator from what you see on the modular platform at VW. And the complete package and the complete architecture of the skateboard is, how should I say, is in total our IP. And I hope that answers the question.
Great, thank you. Another question around the B2B delivery vehicle. Comments, looks compelling, has huge potential, maybe places Canoo in direct competition with Rivian and Arrival in the commercial delivery vehicle segment. So one, can you comment on that? And then secondly, Canoo, when will Canoo be ready to present the prototype B2B vehicle?
Yeah, let me talk a bit about the last mile delivery vehicle. It is not a competitor to Arrival or Rivian. Rivian, they are, as far as we know, they are offering a bigger delivery vehicle. So this is a vehicle in the segment of payload that is around 3 tons, 3.5 tons. And this is a complete different vehicle segment. This vehicle segment, for instance, does not require any crash performance. And in our case, we have a smaller vehicle that is legally required to perform crash tests. And the good thing is that our skateboard is already designed in a way fulfilling a 5-star overall crash test rating. We are already prepared to introduce a last mile delivery vehicle that fulfills all the regulatory needs. And this is different from all the other companies that are out there. The other thing is this market for a smaller delivery vehicle is quite huge, as Paul explained, and more governments are really asking to have smaller, faster delivery services or vehicles available at zero emission. And this is where our skateboard and our last mile delivery comes into place. And we are offering a pretty big payload, about 1,000 kilograms on a relatively small footprint. And as Paul showed you, with a huge cargo space, that makes our architecture and our skateboard ideal to be used for the urban environment. And when it comes to having a prototype on the road to show to the public, it will be around November this year.
I would also add that our delivery vehicle from a cost perspective is significantly lower than the other two competitors that you mentioned there, just because it's a very different size and it's going after a very different part of the market. In addition to what you heard Uli describe earlier about our skateboard technology, because of the functional integration, we've reduced a lot of weight and mass and cost from our technology so that we can be very competitive in that last mile delivery vehicle market segment.
Great, thank you. Another